agree, but do you truly do damage in this game? Because like you need a Battle Fury, then you need a BKB just to survive all the stun and control secret has. And if you don't get kills during that BKB, then you're like desperately waiting for a damage item. So I feel like there is even though the lanes are okay for Capy Baras, that transition to getting constant kills into a Kunkka lineup can be difficult, where Parker's going to relish with that kind of defensive style of play and just farm up.
Yeah, I was waiting for Webpass to hover over that one as well. Let's just get through the rest of the facets nice and quickly. Let everyone have a little look, have a little read, and then go back to the one which is pretty insane. I think this was a mistake. Genuinely, like I watched him in the draft screen, and he changed this in the literal like last millisecond of the draft. He changed to Twin Terror.
I can add to this.
You think
this
it's
is not
real?
a mistake. Yes,
Oh.
He has played during the Open qualifiers. He has done multiple Twin Terror games of Jakiro. The logic is in laning phase, he obviously does more right click damage, right? Because his his split damage is now 10% more, right? Because technically the reductions. I don't think it's that value in the grand scheme, because after the first 6 minutes of the game, you don't really right click enemies compared to having that double ice path. But Puppey does value that laning phase impact of an extra 10-20% damage based on the 2 hits.
Whoa, Kiritich getting blasted. That damage. It's a little awkward here. They don't really have the follow-up here to bring down Kiritich, so just a bit of poking, a bit of prodding, coming on through. Puppey baiting us all though with his facet choices, so always getting a bit fruity, that's for sure.
No, he is, but like the way Puppey likes to play, right? It's like strong lane into set myself up to push wave and farm my items, right? And I think for his logic, he doesn't level Ice Path, right, until level 4, maybe level 5. So why would you take a facet that doesn't allow you to critically play what is the most important phase of the game potentially for some pos 5s? It is the first 4 minutes of a laning phase, right? It's the how do you get your carry into the lane? Are you free to contest runes? So I think if you purely look on this logic, Twin Terror is obviously better than the Ice Path facet. But once you look at the rest of the game, yeah, it's hard to not want to take the other facet, right? But clearly, Puppey looks at the game very specifically.
Yeah, it's very much the favorite facet, but again, Puppey being a hipster, never doing what the crowd does. He's like, I've got all this experience, I'm gonna use it. Yeah, this bottom lane should go pretty well for them. There's just so much harass coming out from Puppey and Gyro. It's gonna be difficult for Infernal and Lars to stand their ground here. We'll see how that one develops. Meanwhile, over in the mid, it's Supreme versus Capy. The Kunkka versus the Nature's Prophet. Oh, but it's a top lane where the first blood takes place, though. And then a kill down on the bottom side. All right. So the Muerta goes down, and closely followed by the Centaur. I'm very glad that I dragged Webpass in the middle lane. You're welcome. That's kind of wild that they were able to kill. I mean, I knew that he'd struggle on the Centaur, but dying there, I feel like is it's not like they have any big instant stuns or anything like that. All very slow and steady damage, but I guess the Centaur just wasn't ready for it. Hit level 2, get the kill, and yeah, there you go.
I think that's pretty much it. It's the level 2 and chase down. It's so potent. Jakiro, Gyrocopter, very, very formidable lane. But I'm expecting to see deaths on both lanes, right? It's like PA Warlock should get kills, and Gyrocopter, Jakiro should get kills. It's just a matter of the offlaners for both teams need to kind of stem the bleeding, make sure that they don't give that upper hand, right? Like a Gyrocopter enters jungle with like a Falcon Blade feels really good. A PA that enters jungle potentially with like a Cornucopia, again, feels very good. You need to make sure you try and stall out their kind of first item.
Heritage has secured himself probably a pretty good lane with that kill. Like, PA always just feels like a big old kind of non-hero, a very hard hero to support with, I would say. Support for, sorry. Also a very hard hero to support with, but very hard hero to support for, because you just don't really do much in terms of like give your damage. It's just kind of harassment. Lelis is getting low here. Yeah, Puppey and Parker taking him down, and that'll be a nice kill onto the Wind Ranger. Chasing him deep under the tower. Infernal just doesn't react at all. So I'm heading creeps, brother. I can't come over and hoof stomp for you.
No. And you can see from the skill build of Parker, right? Like in other games, he's gone for maxing the flak with 2 points in homing missile. This time, he's going for the barrage. So yeah, he's getting poked, he's getting prodded, but
yeah, just
it's
saving
nice
the
to see
crush for the moment Kiritich jumps in.
Yeah. With levels, I think Mixer and Felical will be able to play top lane for sure. It's like early on, it's annoying because of how potent Fatal Bonds is. For now, they are getting jumped up. Doesn't actually stun them more, the PS, right?
No, another silence coming out. Mixer is pretty low though. Drops the heal. Blood Grenade comes out from the Holocore as well, holding them back, and yeah, they're just gonna sit and chill. And that's the thing, like all these skirmishes, all these like really vicious fights they have where everybody's sort of limping away, it just favors Capy Baras so much because Flash is gonna heal them right the way back up again, and everyone's gonna be happy.
Yeah, that's why it's so important that Mixer brought out the South. As he was going for that aggression, Akura did bring it out. As we say that, they heal up, straight back at it.
Yep.
Throwing spells at each other.
This is how you play a Warlock lane, guys. This is how you do it. Just constant aggression. Just run. Force them into trading with you. Because they're just going to have to buy regen. You're just forcing them to buy regen if you're constantly both going low. You get Shadow Word.
That's why I said
they have to buy tangos.
I mean, that's why I said Muerta is kind of hard countered by the Warlock, right? Like, look at Fiolical's playstyle this entire lane. He's having to, like, hug the kind of the right-hand side away from his Slardar, not to get bonded. When he does get bonded, he loses half his HP. He can never really be that aggressive that we often see Muerta players do, where they kind of step up close to the wave, using Deadshot to kind of just be super annoying. Kind of limping through the lane on top for Secret. But at least for mid and for their safe lane, they are doing very well. Kunkka versus Nature's Prophet, there is no contest that Nature's Prophet can apply onto the Kunkka. You just push the wave super hard, you force the Nature's Prophet on the tower, and he continues to farm. The build probably, I'm thinking for mid Kunkka, I think I've been seeing phase Blade Mail, and then you decide what you need after that. Some Kunkas go BKB Shivas, some just go for the Shivas. I think it really depends on the game. We're not really seeing that like ultra greed, like Armlet Radiance, which was maybe like 3 years ago. Parker.
The Gyrocopter here, yes. There's a lot of damage coming through, and they're going to be able to bring him down. Parker to full. Puppy was not there at the time. And a nice ulti usage from the Nature's Prophet as well, just to help out, get them that extra little bit of damage in. The call was made, and they'll take him down. Copy. Kind of being hunted in the jungle a little bit.
And Copy, he's just going to go for the standard build, looking for the Maelstrom. He's not trying to be like a kind of a quirky mid laner who's like, okay, maybe if I get an early Orchid or something, or to threaten the boat on Kunkka, maybe I get like the Vessel to play. He's just going, you know what, I will scale from the mid lane, get my Maelstrom, and become an additional core. It's maybe the right approach this game. Again, we already mentioned that Gyrocopter Kunkka, they scale very nicely against a Nature's Prophet. So I think Copy needs to just maximize his farm and try and do his best to kind of soak up their time to give PA good entry to the fights.
That's the important thing. Making sure that Kiritich is able to perform. He will deliver if given the opportunity. Incredibly high-ranking player.
It's true.
Infernal getting jumped to the bottom side. Supreme makes a rotation with the X marks, with the Spot Torrent, with the boat. Blow with the Ice Path, a little bit more damage will be needed here.
The heal,
He's
the
being
Lotus.
healed up by Fly. I don't think he's going down here. Oh, almost finished up with the Tidebringer, but it's just not enough. A little lucky there for Infernal, but he just about stays alive through all of the damage. Healed up by Fly. The gank is not successful.
You say lucky, but with the Vanguard, with the Lotus, with the Warlock kill, there was plenty of just sustainability to keep Secret on their toes, and yeah, they lacked the damage.
Oh,
and now Golem returning the favor.
Oh my god! Parker's just gone. The supports just take him out. Jesus, now look towards Puppy as well. Puppy will also fall. That was savage.
That's gotta be rough. I mean, it looked good for Secret at the start, right? But because of that death that Parker had earlier in the laning phase, it delayed his level 6. So it means when Kunkka rotates down at level 7, your Gyrocopter was only level 5. You know, your ultimate on Gyrocopter would have been the difference to get the kill there. So a couple deaths now from Parker, and now he's lost his lane. Like, Gyrocopter is meant to be the carry that just constantly shoves bot, farms the jungle camps around his tower, and just kind of keeps the game alive through kind of just protecting that tier 1, but yeah, not to be the case. Good read from Capy Baras there, and now 2,000 gold lead a tier 1 tower bot has been taken, they're going to be feeling pretty good. All of their cores are farming so well. Compared to the Slada, not so much.
Yeah, he's struggling a
3K.
little fishy. Gonna need a way back into this game.
But Mixer has shown us that he doesn't need to crush the lane to be able to, enter it on a Slada. Like he seems to play a bit more sacrificial on this hero. Like, gets his Blink Dagger, then he just runs around the map, joins with his teammates. Maybe that will be a problem this game for Secret. They don't have that natural pairing of one hero plus Slada to get a kill, right? It's Muerta Jakiro, not the cleanest attempt of a quick pickoff.
Yeah,
Could
Mixer
become an uncomfortable game for Mixer, yeah.
Mode
What's
1
that?
is I've won my lane mode, which is run around and just try to kill supports inside of the team fights, just looking for maybe like a core pick off with a support on your team as well. You usually have enough. Mode 2, Blink, Shard, enable Parker's Gyrocopter, because that's pretty much the only time we see the Mixer Slada is paired with this big AoE right-clicking hero where the Shard just has so much value. And that will be the case this game around. So Mixer will be looking to complete the Blink Shard build as quickly as possible, I'd imagine. Well, at least whenever the Gyrocopter's ready to play, he's going to want to have that Shard online.
Does the... Oh, it doesn't. I was trying to see if the Watcher came vision in the camp, but it didn't.
Just trying to be efficient here. Farm multiple camps at the same time. Mixer being forced out of the top lane. Doing his best to survive here, but with the amount of farm which the PA's had, and with the Warlock buffing her up as well, she's just going to go on him every time she can. Force him out. Make him sad. Don't give him a free lane.
There's one other thing that we haven't spoke about in regards to the return of Kunkka in meta, is he likes to eat up his own triangle as well. So right now he's farming up the Ancients, he's farming up the hard camp, any stacks made by Fiolacor, it's not going the way of Parker. Right? If this was a Storm Spirit, any other mid lane, Parker probably would have TP'd up here by now. He'd be trying to recover his game. So that is maybe what is going to hurt Parker a little bit, especially after how poorly his lane went. They're kind of sharing the wealth between their carry and mid rather than pumping it all the way into Parker.
Yeah, but Scream now feeling like he's in a position to make a move here. Has the smoke.
Run it back. Attempt to.
Alright, this time it'll work. He's further away from the tower this time around. Does says something is wrong. Gets on the run. X marks is going to come out though.
Warlock TPing.
Ready with the combo. Can they take him down inside? Warlock is there. Drops the golem down, but silenced up, so he cannot give him the heal. And Infernal is going to die. And Fly will go down with him. Supreme with the double kill. That's what you want to see from your Kunkka. Mission successful.
Yeah, such a critical spell usage there from the Muerta. If she doesn't get the calling in a position where it catches whoever TP's in, then, Fly, with that level 4 Shadow Word and the Stampede, I'd argue the Sentinel might have been able to, barely live. It really does have so much healing, but yeah, good stuff there from the Muerta, and finally getting the kill. It's going to feel good for Secret, at least. You know what? We can kill that guy. He's not unkillable.
Yes,
but
sir.
next time they go on him, he is going to have Blade Mail, which will make him unkillable from all this, uncontrollable, get out my lane damage. That's where Blade Mail thrives. Oh, Supreme. Going for a different build than all the other Kunkkas. Again, I just love the fact that I get to say different build, different player, different hero. Like, this concept is so, it's so freeing. But he's going Blade Mail Aghanim's. He wants to, create the ghost ship, the fleet, multiple boats. We'll see how he utilizes it, but it feels like the skirmish fight is what Supreme wants.
Another great thing about this change is that if you're doing like a really bad build and someone's flaming you for it, you can just say, oh no, watch the pro games, this is what they're doing. They can't quickly alt-tab to Dota2 Pro Tracker and call you out on that.
Yeah.
You're fine. Just lie, guys.
You just say the pro game, and it's like, which one?
Yeah.
There's hundreds. It's like, good luck.
No, just say this is what the pros are doing. Trust me, bro. I've been watching.
I'm gonna pick Drinking Buddies on Tusk, and I'm gonna get so flamed. Like, guys, Puppy's doing it, and they're like, yeah, sure. I was like, oh, fine. Guys, I'm gonna play Twin Terror Jakiro. Puppy's doing sure. Please, trust me, guys.
That's what I did when I was trying to make. I was trying to see if Venomancer carry works. I would just tell people, like, "Oh no, Arteezy's doing it." They'd be like, "Oh, okay." They'd never check.
God, no. But you think he'd do that?
Nope. Never. That's why it's such an outlandish lie that people just aren't like, obviously you're lying. They're like,
Do you think there'll be like the return of like you have to screenshot the game scoreboard as proof, and then you'll just have to share the link in like your team chat at the start of the game? Like, guys, look, I'm doing this build from this game that I promised I existed.
might look a little
You have to bring
crazy, but I got the
receipts, yeah.
receipts. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the receipts. Yeah.
Pandering to the babies in Dota is the worst thing you can do. Just mute and move on. Yeah, game's going pretty slowly at the moment, which is probably feeling pretty good for Capy Baras. Do you just think? I mean, both teams have a lot of scaling and a lot of like hard timings to hit. To be fair.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't favor either team at the moment, based on the fact that Capy Baras off the lane have to farm. A PA needs a Battle Fury. The Prophet wants a Mjolnir. The Centaur needs auras. Like, there's no natural, let's go smoke and kill the enemy. So I think for them, they're content farming. But for Secret, they want to... Sorry, excuse me. They want to get a couple kills, right? Slardar has caught up with his net worth. He's now back with the Slardar. So I think the deciding factor is going to be this smoke. If you're the one to break the farm first, and you don't get kills, your enemies out-farmed you, out-leveled you, and survived your smoke gank. That's when the team really decides if they're in that winning position. And of course, the Tormentor is such a timing to play for Mixer. He does see Infernal blinking in as well. Whew, what a mad lad.
Yeah, that's
a vision
that's
advantage
crazy.
to Capy Baras though. They have the ward, in the lane.
Mixer also has barely any mana for this fight, by the way, which is kind of weird because he might struggle to keep these corrosives coming out. We've only got a couple available. Gets mana boosted up, which helps out a little bit here. Looking to try and now start this fight. This is very weird. I don't really know what to make of this at the moment. Infernal's just looking to tank up himself on the front lines, but he might be in trouble. Where is the Warlock? Where is the heals? Nothing is coming for Infernal here. They've just left him behind. Fly could not get close. He had the corrosive on him, and that just meant that he's completely knocked out of the fight. I'll let the Centaur go, and they will just accept that they're going to be taking this Tormentor here. Low there on Puppy, the power shot coming through. I like the attempt from Lelis there. That's a that's a cute idea. They did actually have the observer down, but not landing that power shot. He probably could have killed off Puppy.
Sure, but it was very uncomfortable for Capy Baras. You can feel that their draft is not ready to fight. It's Centaur steps up by himself, but does Copy want to TP into the Blink Slardar, the Gyrocopter who's got a good choke point position? And the Tormentor is such a scary place to fight. You have to really get into some awkward places. Why Kunkka Gyrocopter feels so good. Even actually every hero in Secret would love to play in a choke point, right? And I think Capy Baras respected that immensely. And even though they played the area, they're like, you know what? This is probably not the smartest fight. Copy didn't even think about TPing in once, and Infernal does get down. But these moments of indecision, where you don't farm the map whilst Secret runs to the corner, it is allowing for them to catch up. That Gyrocopter and the Kunkka, they've overtaken the PA. They're maybe even gonna be able to get to Copy level farm soon. We'll see. Of course, Supreme will be having the Aghanims complete on Kunkka in about 100 gold time. And Parker, haven't really spoke about his itemization yet, but keeping it standard. Falcon Blade, Mithril Hammer, Aghanims. BKB to complete in probably about 4 minutes time.
With the Kunkka, Waterpark is long dead, guys. I know we haven't sent Kunkka around for a long time, but people who only watch pro games might not know. There is no Waterpark anymore. It's the triple ghost ship, which will come out with the Aghanims. Which fires cannonballs as well, so it's just a lot of damage. Dead. And yeah, Copy has died here, as we were discussing other things. Parker and Mixer comboing up and taking down
it was a solo kill. It was just a solo kill. It was just all Slardar. Oh, okay. I don't know if you can see the death summary. Yep. It works for me, but it's 1200 damage from Slardar and then 120 damage from the jungle.
Cool.
So technically it was a double kill, but the jungle and Mixer killed Copy.
The assist from the neutrals. That's crazy.
Weber's so desperately trying to get this death summary working. He's finding every tool. He's like, if I load a different death summary and look at that and then that, and unlucky, mate. There we go. See?
What a pro.
Oh, Copy now has a BKB. We'll see if he can enter the fight.
will help. So taking a few chunks of damage here as he goes to this tower push, but it looks like it will go down. AD up on the Conqueror as well. Oh, sees Infernal down on the bottom side. You know they want to kill this Centaur again, and they might just be able to do so. Stampede used to try and get out of range from that X marks the spot, but I don't think he's going to be making out of this one. They've got the vision upon him. Nice turret coming out from Supreme, and despite the Blade Mail, they will be able to bring him down. The triple boats come crashing on, cannonballed to death.
I understand that the water park was so good with all the torrent storm. I mean, full torrent storm, but I do kind of miss it. Not that I want it to return, but I think visually it was such a fun spell to watch in a team fight. It's so like RNG annoying, but yeah, I can appreciate
cool
it. Good ship. Yeah. Still, any AoE bonus plus that was stupid. But Mixer under a ward trying to farm the ancients. Kiritich jumping in. Copy also TPing in as well. They really want to get him.
Yeah, they certainly do. Taking him off map would be really good for them. A nice power shot coming out from Lelis. Finishes off the Slardar, gets them the kill, and frees up their map quite a lot here because he has just been haunting this top side, this top lane.
Bro, look at Parker's quick buy. I'm sorry, I'm gonna jump in.
Hell yeah! Round 2, let's go.
Oh my god! Like not even it's like there's not even thinking of butterfly. Like into PA, into profit. Like the safe builders. I want satanic. I want butterfly. Let the game develop, but. Let's see if he commits to it. Let's see if he wants the satanic rapier at his current farm rate, maybe in like what 13 minutes time potentially. Like he's well on his way for an Aegis plus rapier timing like he had in the game 2 yesterday.
Certainly is. I think it all comes down to Roshan, right? If he can get this Aegis, then he'll definitely commit to it.
Yeah, no, you are, yeah. 1,000,000% right there. It would be unhinged to lose you lose the Aegis to PA and go, you know what? Rapier time. It's like, okay. I don't know, I feel like this item always puts fear into a team. Like anytime like you're winning a game and you want to go, maybe I buy Rapier. It's like, please don't,
You're basically just committing to playing perfectly. Like if I buy this Rapier, I'm gonna no longer make any mistakes.
Yeah, well, they do have Kunku of run buff to help the Gyrocopter stay alive. They got plenty of defensive tools. They're going to be finding Lelis, get a quick kill. Doesn't go the way of Parker, so Lelis not donating to the Rapier cause yet, but
it's a shame.
And Roshan's falling. You got to take the Roshan quick, guys. You need to accelerate that next Roshan. This Aegis doesn't matter. It's the Rapier Aegis in 10 minutes time that we care about.
This is some engineering going on right here, but they might be looking to interrupt this as they go forward onto Theolicor. Roshan is not dead yet, not even close. But they'll once again look over towards Infernal. Infernal just going to stampede and run away. His trademark off the game at the moment, but they are not letting him escape. The whole team running up the high ground and taking him down. Infernal is gone. Kiritich and Fly trying to run out down the side. They will escape this one, which means Secret can get straight back to work into the pit.
It's not even the fact that Secret, first of all, are so strong together. But it's another fight that Copy just doesn't feel confident enough to TP in.
No.
He's got the BKB, he had the Miona, he popped his ultimate, but as soon as he sees the Golem connect and the Centaur half HP, he's like, is this really a fight that I want to TP into? Will I be able to contribute the damage, or will I just die? And as much as people might be going, what the fuck, Copy only jungle, what the hell? It's kind of a product of his hero in this game. Like,
well, here we go. Moving in down to the bottom side, trying to help out, but Lelis is already dead, and there is not really much in the way of follow-up damage coming out from the side of Capy Baras. The lockdown is very, very weak, and now they're turning up on the side of Secret. Oh, nice catch here onto Kiritich. They'll get the blink away, but the X marks to drag him straight away back again. Supreme Theodicor surrounding this PA. They need a bit more damage here. Doesn't look like they've got it right now. Mix is dead on the sidelines to Copy as well, and Copy's going to try and actually fight this one. He's going for this. They've lost Kiritich. Copy, BKB, TP out, but he is just about going to make it. Holy, that was close. Infernal to fall as well. So he does get a couple of kills there, Copy, but
run, Fly, run!
So much for it, and
okay,
Fly is allowed to live.
Yeah.
Wild fight. I mean, he didn't turn up to the fight with Golem, turns up to the fight where they have no Golem, and somehow manages to get 2 kills and get away, but Kiritich dying there is definitely the headline. Very rough game for this Phantom Assassin. She just doesn't have damage at the moment, so in terms of committing to fights, it's always just looking incredibly underwhelming.
The entire fight from Capy Baras is you need the secret lineup to overextend, to waste the boat, for Sala to blink into aggressively, to be out of position, maybe get hit by a shackle shot. Hope that Parker's not in position, because if Secret are together, working as a team, how do you really get your damage into the fight? Like, sure, your Nature Prof has 17,000 gold, but he's afraid to join every other fight. Like, he joins the fight which is hoping to be a pick-off, but then it turns into a bigger fight, and they still eventually lose heroes, where he's just retreating the entire time. He gets brought to like 1% HP, what it looked like, during his TP, right? It's such a fragile situation for Capy. Again, the one bad TP, and he is just gonna die. But a good TP, and his team dies anyway. Like, I don't know if they can fight. They need to keep splitting the map, keep looking for a pick-off, and hope to eat through this Aegis timing. But if you eat through the Aegis timing, Parker will probably complete his components for Rapier and look for the next Roshan to try and win the game with it.
Yeah, and I think that's your time to fight. The thing is, if he does go for the Rapier, you've got to remember, like, he's dumping a ton of his net worth into something which is, I mean, plus 55 damage. It's not very impactful. So technically, Parker will be at his weakest point when he's going for that Roshan, and as long as Capy Baras have done their homework and they know what's going to happen here, then there's a very good chance that they can take advantage.
Just to be clear, you mean when he has the relic not assembled, obviously?
Yeah. When he doesn't have the Rapier assembled, he'll go for the Roshan with it disassembled.
Yeah,
that's when you want to catch him.
I was like, Rapier doesn't do 55 damage. I was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was making the point. I was definitely not making the point that Rapier is a poor gold to damage in mid-death.
That's how Chad Parker is. He wastes his gold and still beats his opponents. Damn. Oh, Capy. Seen top on the Watcher. Nexus.
Oh,
that was pretty greedy from Capy.
Yeah. Nice Hurricane Pike up onto the cliff. He's trying to TP. He's like, right, I'll get around this side, get around this side, get around this side, and makes it out. Found the spot where he could actually TP out from that one. Very good Capy. He will live this time. I love the calmness around that TP. I know most people would just be panicking, be like, oh, how do I leave? And he's just like, do I go to this edge? No, he can get me here. Okay, do I go to this bit here? Maybe. He finds it. He works it out. Doing some science.
I just had the idea of, like, do you think Parker one day came up to Parker like, I got this really good build. Let me explain it to you. Or do you think this is just like natural trust? Where it happened last game, and because it worked, it's just naturally happening again. I feel like this is the type of build where you kind of need to, like, you either pitch it to your captain at least once, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it's, I mean, it was probably like something, okay, we could try it in a scrim, works in a scrim, and he's like, all right, let's bring it to officials.
It worked yesterday, so I have no complaints for now. I need to see it lose to then go, But, as a 5-player myself, I always, err on the side of caution. I'd feel more comfortable seeing a butterfly first and then Rapier. I said that yesterday. He also then didn't end the game until he bought the butterfly anyway, so he kind of like did, validate that to some degree. But this time he really is just going for, I just want the damage, and the Aegis has expired. They are walking aggressively across the mid lane. Not going for high ground, of course. Yeah. Roshan will be respawning.
Capy TPing out. Should be okay.
But you can see from the minimap, right? Like, Capy Baras, they don't want to play at all into Secret. It is purely just wave skip. It's purely just keep the game alive, wait for damage to come in. Like, we already mentioned that PA doesn't really do any damage right now, right? Has Satanic, BKB, and the Battle Fury. I think once she gets to maybe like a Basher, that's when we're going to be looking, this is the damage. Maybe even she goes for like a Brooch or something, I don't know, but needs any damage possible, any cheap damage to start threatening Secret.
I'm going to smoke up now, see if they can find anybody coming back to defend this bottom tier 2 tower. Capy even going to TP in, spawn another tree and send that one down the lane. Won't be showing himself, of course, but putting the pressure on, forcing someone to come back and defend this. Does anybody take the bait?
It's pretty cool though, right? You TP in, get the tree. Mixer has been hunting him the entire time, so logically Mixer would want to join in.
Yeah, but Fly's
And
kind
run
of
into
giving
this.
this away. He just went to put down some wards and Puppy dewards it, so knows exactly what's going on.
Even though it didn't work, I think
yeah.
the logic was pretty cool. But now, Tormentor goes in the way of Fly.
Alright.
He doesn't have max upheaval yet, but you know, shardless shard.
TP to the other side, keep the game of cat and mouse going. Again, they do not want to take a 5-on-5 fight on the side of Capy Baras. Even though there is no net worth lead, really, they're just a little bit further behind when it comes to the damage, when it comes to team fighting. They've struggled to get off these golems. So they are just waiting. But when Kiritich hits his next big item, well, I'm not sure Shard Basher is what I'm kind of anticipating here from Kiritich. Do you feel like that's enough?
I feel like if you're anticipating the rapier from Parker, a bash is going to be good because that one bash during a BKB Satanic, like anything to turn around the fight, any clutch opportunity will feel good. What was it again? He does it again. He buys the rapier, doesn't assemble it, and then instantly goes, "Oh, I need a butterfly." All right, but Parker, he knows. This is the game plan for Secret. It is so simple. Parker, farm butterfly, get Aegis as soon as possible. When those two factors have been, you know, met, 8-click down lane, end game. That's exactly what happened yesterday. Within like a minute and a half of getting Aegis, the enemy called GG. It was quite a commanding, end to the game.
Yep, that's what they're looking for again here. Capy Baras, slightly better team. Let's see if they have a better answer to this. Again, I said it earlier, I'll say it again. I want them to contest this Roshan. I think they let us go for free, then they're just making their game intentionally extremely difficult.
They are smoked up. They understand the severity of this timing. Like,
Yeah.
they surely know about Parker's build. They also saw him on a creep wave, so they see the rapier, you know, again, not completed, but ready to be put at any time. Parker, he didn't assemble it. The last time he played this, he didn't assemble it in the fight that they lost before the Aegis. He just allowed his death to occur. So this could happen again. Kiritich on the low ground. They're going to find Parker.
It's a great start to the fight here if they can bring him down quickly enough, but they're struggling. The golem comes down. Parker, though, he gets off. He assembles a rapier, pops the Satanic, turns it around, and does so much damage. Kiritich cannot stand his ground against this monster. He is going to fall. Now they'll lose Copy as well. Fly also gone. Oh my god, I didn't expect it to happen. I expected him to just die again, wait, but nope. This time he sees the opportunity, assembles, and all of a sudden they just get turned into paste.
Whew. I think the position was so different, right, from the previous game. This time he's in the river, but he gets to back to the high ground, right? On that high ground with the BKB Satanic and then the, of course, assembling the rapier, he gets to flank everyone on the low ground. He has the high ground advantage. He feels good. He's got the run buff from the Kunkka. So many different factors from the game that we're referencing to this one, and just confidence. This is all that matters. He is so confident that I don't know. Parker Gyrocopter with the rapier build. How'd you kill him? Like, there's Solar Crest on Jakiro. You've got all the buffs of the Kunkka. You've got the Corrosive Haze on the Slardar. The control of a Muerta. Like, it works. They're playing Parker Dota. They understand what he can do for the team, and it's taken them about 25 minutes of farm to get there, but when he's online, he is just a raid boss. Secret, they respect what Parker can do for them, and they're all playing for him. And now the butterfly will be complete in about 50 gold's time. Roshan's respawning in 10 seconds. For Capy Baras, even when they get the jump on the Gyros, they were just missing damage, right? It's like Centaur plus PA jumped, you throw a golem after, there was a power shot, but it was when he was like full HP. I don't want to reference the Nature's Prophet again, but unfortunately for Copy, he hasn't really entered the game too much.
No, he hasn't. He had one good fight, and since then, it's It's been a
Alright,
little
here it
quiet,
is.
but they're all settled on this high ground here, but they seem to know Theolicor has read it perfectly, pings him out, throws a couple of spells over towards Infernal, going to stop his initiation. Fly can do nothing but send in some imps. That's very ineffectual, and now, well, do you really want to fight this Aegis? Rapier Gyrocopter. Oh, Capy found
Capy!
on the sidelines. Theolicor once again finding another, and they will bring down the Nature's Prophet for free.
Alright, do you know when you say, like, you joke around, like, oh, I hope this build doesn't get into my pub? I 100% hope this build doesn't get into my pub. You think the pub carry player is gonna play with the aura of discipline, of I just need the Aegis to sync with my rapier timing, I won't assemble it? Oh, but still, Parker is, yeah.
He's on another level.
Yeah. No, I feel like, as much as we praise Parker, right, I think it's the fact that all of Secret is playing in a way that they respect this build. They're not trying, it's not like Parker doing a build and they're still playing the game. It's like, this is the strategy to win the game, and everyone is like amplifying it with kind of the choices that they make, the positioning that they have. I think that's when I like love a build more, right? It's not just naturally happening for the feel of the game. It's something that Secret truly has invested time and, you know, thought into.
Yeah, I think what you're getting at is that it's a build which actually changes the strategy of the game, or at least Secret are changing their strategy to adjust for that build, and that's what's really cool, really interesting, and really strong. I mean, it's working so well. Kiritich found on the side now. He's going to be forced to BKB this one if he wants to survive. But he's trying to stand his ground. I don't know why. He's just going to end up losing his life, so see you later, buddy. Yeah, you can't BKB TP out from the Slardar, that's why, so. See you later, Kiritich. Unlucky. So interesting as well. The game was like, it was so close. I mean, if you look at the graph, you know, there was never a huge advantage for the side of Team Secret, even though they were playing the map so much better and being so much more oppressive. Like, there was never a point where they were massively far ahead.
I'm gonna hit that with a quick counterpoint. I think Capy just had a lot of fake net worth.
Sure, yeah, you can call it that. Good lord. Your tier 4s are going down. The PA might maybe force them to buy him back here. I don't know. Either way.
The PA is thinking about Blade Mail, by the way. Don't know if we've clicked on that one yet, but
how many Blade Mails are we gonna get?
Well, Capy could buy one. I feel like if everyone bought Blade Mail, maybe they could eat the Aegis life.
Potentially, if he doesn't Satanic for some reason. Moonshot in the backpack, by the way, because why not? When that Aegis runs out, it's going to give you a lot more attack speed. We'll be a little careful here as the...
Parker.
Okay, the Centaur is going to kill him with the first Blade Mail. Now, PA is going to respawn by second Blade Mail.
We need more Blade Mails, guys. Come on, buy the Blade Mails.
Yeah, your Ancient is
sell your items.
Quickly, Blade Mails, everybody. Yep, Kiritich actually did spell the sell item to get the Blade Mail. Let's see how this works out here. BKB being popped though, that's not going to help. They're going to drop the golem, try to buy themselves time. Ancient getting low, now they need to go in. Kiritich trying to stop him, but it's not going to work. The Ancient falls, it doesn't matter. GG. Team Secret take game number 1.
Roshan disappears with Tag Team and Corrosive Haze and PA. You see a hero, you combo them with Vortex, Ice Blast, and a Tiny. Like, yeah, Secret's draft looks OP, but Capy Baras, they've got tankiness on their side. They've got aggression. They've got that ability to keep pushing forward. That if they survive that initial jump.
Okay, all right, we'll see how that ends up working out for them. I'm a little worried about, again, their like assassination potential kind of all hinges around Capy and his ability to kind of kick off a bit on this Ember Spirit, which I don't doubt that he can do, but it's just a little difficult. There's not a ton of saves for him either, so yeah, always going to be a bit tricky, but also not tons of lockdown either. Could work out for them. Let's see how we get on with game number 2 here between Capy Baras and Team Secret. Team Secret currently leading 1 game into this game number 2. If Capy Baras lose, they will be eliminated from these qualifiers and no longer stand a chance of making it to DreamLeague. And Team Secret will take a step forward and have to face one more team later today. Across the board, PA has had sort of middling success, I'd say. It's never really been that successful. We haven't seen any of those games where it's like, my goodness, why didn't they ban PA? And just for a quick update on the other stream as well. Block your ears now if you're planning on watching the other game between the two series. That'd be pretty try hard, but also kind of based. Navi Jr. is currently 1 game ahead over Avalos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me look. Was it a one-sided game? Was it a...
Yeah, 33 minutes. It wasn't that close.
Yeah, they did get dismantled.
A little bit. So, interesting stuff over on the other stream. And yeah, Secret leading 1 the game this time around. So at the moment, we're heading for a Secret versus Navi Junior finals here. That would certainly be an exciting one. The old versus the new. In a lot of ways. Heritage getting tickled pretty heavily here by Mixer and Theolico. That tag team always going to hurt. Once again, getting jumped on here. He's going to be a little careful. He's getting low, and that will be a first blood going to Theolico. Theolico will die in response, but killing off the Lifestealer. Great start to this bottom lane for Team Secret, and specifically for Mixer. That was quite the blunder.
I think, again, the last time we saw Lifestealer versus Sada, they didn't have the the task on the Sada side with the tag team. It really does change the matchup, but
Yes.
gotta be careful. You need to, I think, like level 3 is when you're gonna feel better for the Lifestealer. Right, you're gonna have Rage to maybe get rid of one of the stuns. You're then gonna have 2 points in Shadow Word on the Warlock. But yeah, for now, Secret applying the pressure, trying to bring their heroes into the lane. We already spoke about the importance of mid lane. Capy, he needs to have a good laning phase, get that early phase corrosion, get to Mage Slayer, and kind of just command the early game for his team.
Absolutely.
Very even. Neither mid lane is truly pulling ahead at the moment. Ooh.
That'd be annoying.
Avalanche.
Supreme's got the Avalanche though, so we'll easily be able to secure that water rune.
I mean, Capy's bottle's not coming out yet. Supreme, if he wants to, he could get both runes.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to.
He sees it, yeah.
Okay. Slightly uncharacteristic. I'm not sure how that ended up happening where Capy doesn't have his bottle yet, but
It's 3 bounty runes went the way of Secret. So
I see. So that kind of messes up Capy's game plans a little bit.
correct. Exactly, yeah. And also there's 6 deniers on the it's just very, very marginal things, but yeah, Capy not getting the bottle and gonna be reminded for sure.
Well, I mean, Capy was winning the trades into Supreme anyway, so it's not like it's gonna cause Capy to start losing this lane, but that mana will start to be affected pretty shortly, and Supreme basically just being given a second life in this lane, really.
Yeah, especially if a support from Secret rotates for the 4-minute rune, right? Then it's like you bought bottle, you never got a rune in the first 2 minutes of owning it. It is going to feel pretty rough. So we'll see if Secret wants to try and amplify that pressure on mid. Fiorico missing the shards on fly.
Yeah.
And unable to get the tag team pressure.
That went a little wild. I'm not sure how much damage they do to fly if they do get L on him. I imagine a lot. Kiritich also holding a point as well, just had a point in the Ghoul Frenzy and waiting on the second level. If they see a kill opportunity, then it's open wounds. If he needs to escape, then it's rage.
Okay, it's why Theolico went for shards.
Fight taking place for the
And
water
Puppy
rune
stop.
here, and it's actually going to be Lelis who's probably just straight up going to die. Cold feet, not
Toss.
quite going to land, but the toss is going to be there, and Puppy will land on Lelis's head, killing him off. Getting the kill for Supreme. And Capy. Oh man, is he not able to get the bottom rune either?
Nope.
Oh god.
As anticipated, Secret just really don't want Capy to have a game. They're doing a good job. Sure, again, the support rotation to mid will open up a little bit more farm for the Capy Baras side lane cores, as you see in the net worth. Supreme, he's not going to complain with the assistance, and ooh, another
Dodge.
mid shards from Fiorico.
Yeah, I mean, Capy
Oh,
did
sorry, nice
sidestep
dodge.
one a
Yep,
little bit.
yep. Yeah.
Go on, he did.
I forget with cast.
cast.
Yeah, I know. I forget with casting, you can always, praise or you can take away from a player, and it looked like you missed it from my perspective.
Games,
Yeah.
You're like, why'd you miss chance?
I never say that, alright?
know
You
you don't.
never tell your players negative things, alright? I will stand by that.
Don't be captain retrospect.
Exactly. If you want to be angry in a Dota game, you just don't press the mic key and you talk to your monitor. If you have anything good to say, that's when you open your mic, you know. But anything negative, just vent into your room. You know, there's no point. It's not gonna change anything. Thank you. That's my PMA.
Get a punching bag.
Just start streaming. Honestly, Twitch chat is the punching bag. You see one CS law and it you know,
ban,
spurs you on. Gone. Get out of here.
Reported.
I'm lucky I'm a 5 player. I don't really care about the CS laws. Like, bro, I'm a 5, chill. I'm not expected to hit CS on bad. Oh, Capy under tower, got tossed up. TP in from Puppy.
Oh man, he needs to get out of this one. It might be a struggle. Great sidestep again there, but it's not gonna matter. Frozen up, taken down. So yeah, it's not getting out of this one. Theolical gonna grab the invisibility rune as Flowers trying to deny it anyway. But yeah, you can really see what's going on here. The conversation which we had has been replicated on the side of Team Secret. They said if they don't have an Ember Spirit, they don't get to play this game. Team Secret are making sure that they are shutting him down as much as possible. And Parker up in the top side, he is really gooey right now. He's a gooed up boy. He's going to try and get the Lotus and find his way out of this one. Jumping across to Supreme. Will it save his life? Oh, everyone's so gooed. There's 3 heroes here. Oh, there we go. Lelis finds a shot from the sidelines. Infernal, he's not really sure he wants to give up just yet, but maybe he should. The tower is there. They will back it off for now, but nice kill there on to Parker. Secured by Lelis.
Wisdom runes. Puppy gets his. Mota gets, or Lelis gets theirs. 50-50.
Life is good for the side of Secret at the moment. Good start to this game. Makes it got a kill down at bottom. The only lane which isn't going heavily in their favor is probably the top lane, but even then the PA is still ahead. I'm still doing pretty well as well. All very close on net worth at the moment, except for Capy. About 600 gold behind the rest of the pack. Gonna need a way to come back into this game. Some runes can certainly help out with that. As Kiritich getting kind of low here, doesn't have the level 6, so no chance of infesting away from this one. And movements in from Parker as well to bring down the enemy carry. Great moves coming out from Team Secret, but they might be losing Theolicore here as he drops to fly. There is going to be some retaliation, but yeah, not a good one. No, definitely not a hero you're going to feel good about dying in response to your carry taking a fall down here. And Parker with the portal rotations. I always love to see these portal rotations from carries. It always just seems to be that like next level of thinking if someone sees that opportunity.
Yeah, I think the Twin Gates used to be very respected because of their position. It used to be right next to the tier 1 tower, but as they got pushed further away, you're seeing teams not ward as much on that high ground to scout for that rotation. So it feels like when you do make that rotation, it's even better, right? Like they've walked further to the Twin Gate, they've made that longer journey, and they're killing you. So I'd like to see teams maybe start putting the wards back there just to prevent that. And now Theolicore going to top lane with the TP and getting the kill on Infernal.
Yep, we'll be able to bring him down as Tiny going very aggressively on the mid lane here, or getting aggressive on the mid lane, I should say. Trying to run away as the TP's come in response, but is it going to make a difference? Fly, very low hit, doesn't quite fall at Parker, finds it, grabs himself the freebie. Now looking for Lelis, but there's a double damage on Capy here, so he is just going to end up dropping as well. Not worthwhile rotation from Parker here. Capy finally finds himself a little bit of life in this game.
He sees Puppy.
Might be looking for more. Puppy just tries to casually walk past on the sidelines here, but Capy says absolutely not. Lelis going to secure that kill.
Sorry for a brief second, and the aggression is not going to stop.
Don't mind me. Little ice cream cone. Lelis has been spotted here, but has the ultimate, which makes it very awkward indeed. They will just back themselves away, not willing to stand around and try to hold their ground. They know Capy's coming back from the base. Full health, full mana, full bottle. Alright, the beginnings of a comeback here for Capy as the last couple of plays have just completely accelerated his game. He is no longer lagging behind the pack, but he's now still at the back of it. Let's see if he can start to overtake and find some resources in this game.
No. And even though Kiritich hasn't got any kills, having 4 assists, a couple of deaths, he's still top net worth in the game. And as we expected, not going for the armlet. There is an ancient apparition in the game. As much as it'd be good into Tusk, Salada, and PA, he does have to skip it, but going straight for that Radiance, getting a bit more evasion.
Died this game?
What a trivia question. No, Mix is still not dead.
Mix of the goat. Oh, into mid we go once again. Capy going to be forced to back himself out here. Or just tank the cold feet, I guess. Why not?
And an important thing to note is, if Puppy ever presses cold feet and then Supreme tosses, it will break the cold feet. So you got to make sure you don't really combo that one incorrectly. But also you can walk into Avalanche Toss and an Ice Blast. That is uncounterable. Yeah, that will happen.
Be a little careful here if they're getting a little low. The dead shot doesn't quite bounce back to Supreme, which means they'll be okay. But look at that dead shot landed. They might have just both been dead because they had the fatal bombs upon them, so there would have been a lot of damage shared between the two of them. Not quite, but certainly close.
Both teams are trying to bring their mids into the game, but it's always that. They use so many resources that it just means, okay, now we have to reset, back to farm, and it's not really progressing to killing the bristle 2-3 times in a row, right? I kind of expected a bit more of that. Kind of enter the enemy jungle, try and really poke them down. Just fighting over tier 1 towers for what feels like, you know, the last 3 minutes. Letters getting sharded again. He does have his ultimate, so should be able to just walk this one off.
There you go. Even looking for a bit of turnaround here as Infernal coming in to help Lelis out here. Eolicore suddenly realizing that this isn't actually a kill onto Muerta, it's a kill onto him. And he will be dropping. Mixer, once again, undefeated in this game. 0 deaths to his name. Bristle is very annoying for him though. He's starting to stack up. Good lord, he's so slow. And then hits the river. Meow. Gotta wash off that goo. On the bottom side. Moving here onto Parker under the tier 2. My goodness, this is a deep play. Gets a jump back to the creep wave. Might be enough to keep him alive. No, it will not. Fly brings him down. Fatal Bonds out onto the creep wave with the golems doing fists. And that is a dead Parker. Really nice play down here by Capy Baras, catching out the Phantom Assassin where she thought she was definitely safe. Kiritich continuing to accelerate at an alarming pace towards that Radiance. I'm a bit concerned here if you see Grits. Kiritich is looking to have a pretty good game in this live studio at the moment. Ooh, jump in from Capy here, using the initiation to dodge the toss. Pretty nice call, and going to result in Supreme losing a whole bunch of HP.
You can see Capy Baras, so they are slowly trying to, you know, progress in that move there. Their heroes just a little bit deeper into the jungle. Make Parker feel like he's under that threat. There's smoke behind Parker as well. They are ready for this. Golem is on cooldown for another 80 seconds, and they blink, they jump, life stealer.
He's just gone. That is not how you want to start this fight. Fly with no golem, there's not really much of a threat. He's trying to get himself up as the toss comes out onto Capy. Capy and Supreme still just fighting on the sidelines, and Capy's easily going to win that trade, so kill coming in the way of Capy Baras, and with Infernal turning up to this one, he's more than happy to just keep on forcing the issue here. Secret. They may have got themselves a kill, but they do not get themselves a fight as they are still forced back. Capy still continuing to take over more and more of this map.
I'm trying to see, like, is it worth though? Like, is this the progression that's giving Capy Baras enough to command the game? It happened last time where it's like they had like a 1k, 2k gold lead, but you could feel the trajectory of the game was not moving in their direction, and I think this time it is a little different. Like when you have Fatal Bonds with Capy constantly sliding down, like going to be very annoying. Bristleback with the Snot Rocket, we've not even mentioned that. If he gets into the middle of a fight, throwing goo onto all these heroes with the Fatal Bonds, then you slide them, the negative armor, it's going to be insane team fault, yeah. And Mixer, his first death of the game. Farewell, boss, for you disappeared. Was that his? Okay, no, he died twice last game. I had to double check.
Yeah, he's a goner. Go from the bottom side, which will lead the Capy Baras onto the Tormentor for the next objective.
Capy's a bit of a greedy boy.
Really gonna land.
Yeah, he's going Maelstrom. He's not even going for the early game poking items, right? He's
Mage Slayer.
just had a casual blight into just straight Maelstrom. I think he envisions the game going later. He's thinking, BKB, Shivas, so many more items that, of course, a Mage Slayer and the Corrosion puts you more in like a kind of a kill focus rather than farm focus. Might pay off, might not. Could be a good talking point at the end of the game if they are to potentially struggle.
Yeah, true. Could go back to that.
Supreme walking with Fiolacore. They can kill any hero that they find together, but they have to find no one. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? From my camera did not show Fly.
Oh, okay. Well, he's there. He's walking away.
Yeah, I see him.
AA Blast gonna finish him off though. Oh, lovely stuff. But he does get off the golem and the chains. Oh, this is bad. They've lost the Core and Capy. He wants to bring down Parker as well. Might just be able to do it. Solid Fist coming out, jumping forwards. He needs to finish the job here. Does he have a single teammate to come and help him out? Doesn't look like it. Oh,
the dead shot!
Dead shot from Lelis from downtown. Woo! The sniper.
Oh my god. This guy has an alternative career or something. What the hell was that? That was insane.
Yeah, someone do a background check on Lelis.
Okay, they had a ward, but it doesn't matter. It still was very cool.
Absolutely.
I thought it was blind, to be fair. My reaction was that it was just into the fog, but either way.
Yeah, very fortunate ward there, to be fair, but
yeah.
Still a lot.
Meanwhile, bot lane.
Uh-oh. Another death for Supreme. Capy Baras looking to really take control of this game, and in the mid lane
is unhinged.
Fly is gonna die. I'm not sure why he's this far down the lane entirely by himself. But whatever.
So top lane, you know the top HUD? That's exactly. I had that perfectly positioned on Fly, so I couldn't see him. Then like, oh, he's dead, and now I respawns, yeets it down the mid lane.
Bar's going to come through, doesn't clip Capy at all though, and Mixer is getting blasted on the backlines by Lelis and Infernal. Now they look towards Fiolacore as well. Nice shards, not going to make a difference to the Ember Spirit though, who can just keep on chasing. There's a nice dead shot coming through to help out, and Fiolacore will die.
You can see Secret, they have that kind of desperation for the pickoff, right? Like they're throwing spells up before they've even connected on the stuns. Puppy's also looking for a Midas. Like he knows that this game is not going to be ending anytime soon. Capy Baras, they've walked themselves into the pit with the goo. Very easy for them to take it. The game's looking pretty good for them.
Certainly is, yeah. Roshan goes down. Capy's going to grab it. He is definitely having a game. He is definitely delivering on what we wanted him to do. Fully in control of this one. It's Puppy being followed here. He's found himself a very nice little cubby in the trees here.
It's a good little spot. I mean, if they had to kill him, at least he found there's a ward there, right?
Yeah, that's a nice one. I'm a fan.
Okay.
He doesn't have a TP though, so...
Oh,
hello.
Get the courier. Easy courier kill.
Easy courier kill. Absolutely worth it. Yeah, fuck you, Fly.
Yeah, how dare you find me? Now imagine if Supreme blinks and kills Fly and then TP's out. That'd be the most gamer moment possible. Wait, Infernal? He's just diving tier 2?
Yeah, tier 3s.
Wait, what?
That's in range of the tier 3, that last one. Capy.
Okay.
If this crits, it's not about methodical bugs.
Baras kind of walking through the map, trying to just kill anything they see. They don't have pretty much any respect for Secret. They know that Parker is still in farm mode. It's often the problem with the Phantom Assassin, right? It's like you need a Battle Fury, BKB, and then you need another item. Like you kind of need 3 items to feel good. And if the enemy scales kind of evenly with you, then you're always lacking another item. So for now, Parker, his early aggression, his early desire to be everywhere on the map, maybe he's hindered his ability to join the team. Well, smoking up. They do have the pick-off potential with Tiny Tusk AA. So much burst damage if they can find the jump.
Parker does have the BKB, but it's already so low, and it's actually just straight up going to die. The Theodore snowballs in as they'll find, well, at the very least, the Aegis on the Ember Spirit is gone. The combination there was very nice, but now they are losing heroes left, right, and center. Theodore and Supreme dead. Tower left vulnerable. This game, too, is looking like it's a Capy Baras fest. Which sounds like the greatest thing ever.
I'm just a little surprised by Secret. Like, they have so many tools to get pickoffs, but it just never really came to light. Like, they allowed Infernal to free farm top. They never tried to kill him with, you know, any rotation. Ember popped off with some really good, you know, rotations from the fly. Lela's hitting great dead shots. Like, yeah, like, Capy Baras, they're playing extremely well. But I just expected more from Secret. It's, yeah. It is feeling like a game 3.
It certainly is.
But you never know. You never know, though. The BKB from Parker, maybe he can find some of that, you know, some magic.
Though, it's always the thing with the PA where is your damage, you know? Like, these crits just never enough.
That is true. They're smoked up. They desperately want a kill. It's not even a kill. They want a moment to feel like they have control of the game. Everything they've done so far has been squandered. They jump a hero and a golem's been thrown on top, or the bristles rip through their positioning, just going up everyone.
Yeah, this might even be, I mean, you can see Parker making noise down the bottom side, trying to drag them over.
It's kind of working, to be fair. But they don't want to find Fly. They want to find Ember or the PA or anyone, just not a support.
They might find everyone at this rate. The entirety of Capy Baras are all gathered up, looking to start this fight, and they will start it onto Supreme. Tiny's been jumped. Are they going to respond to this one on the side of Capy Baras? Secret, sorry, no, they are not. They're just trying to get themselves away. Theodore closing the door and trying to get his team out of here, but a beautiful
what a chains,
catching out both of the supports. They are dead to Capy. Woo. Well, Secret dead to get out on the map, dead to try and make a play. They get red, they get found, they get killed. Heritage got to be considering high ground at this point. I mean, sure, there's no Aegis.
Doesn't feel like a smoke's bugs for them, right?
Cares?
Like 12 minutes of smokes from Secret, and doesn't feel like a single one is connected in a positive way. And that is, you know, testament to Capy Baras reading the map really well, making sure they're in the right position to counterplay any of that aggression. Of course, copy 8-2-9 on the Ember Spirit. A glow up from game 1.
Definitely. Yeah, sometimes, you know, you got to put your pressure on your mid laners. You got to say, look, if your Ember is going to be critical to us winning this one, so you need to perform for us. Copy says, yes, I will. As you said, give this man a strategy, give this man a play to make, and he's just going to...
He does it, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be better.
When he just needs to be able to like see the route to kind of having impact. When he doesn't see it and the game is more like kind of open, he for sure does struggle as a player, and it's sure something to work on over time. But yeah, for now, in these types of games, he will always thrive. It's like a player that you want on your team, like in these specific moments.
Parker is here, by the way.
Yeah, Parker is. Oh no, he's queued up Rapier.
Excellent. Okay, well that'll solve his damage issues. Fortunately, he's got a golem on his head, which is his biggest issue right now. So, trying to bring down Fly. the common strategy here is when you're about to die to 5 heroes, try and kill Fly.
Alright guys, type 1 in chat if you think Parker will buy the Rapier as his next item, or type 2 if you think he'll second guess himself and buy something else.
Type 2 if you haven't watched the previous 2 Secret games.
Right, I feel like the difference between the last 2 games was he actually had like an identity around buying Rapier. This time he has a Battle Fury and a BKB and 2 empty inventory slots. It's quite a naked Rapier.
It's the best kind of Rapier. Just a man with no armor, no clothes, and a big sword.
Just swinging it about like, yes.
Terrifying. What do you fear more than the man who has it all? It's the man who has nothing to lose.
The benefit of winning game 1, at least, I guess.
$14K gold advantage. It's nothing to sniff at. Capy Baras played this one really, really well. Been playing the entire map, reading the secrets moves, and answering everything.
Yep.
There we go, another player being made. Yolico going to be that target. Nice sharp though, going to get him out of danger. Capy not quite here to follow up on that one.
You'll know if Parker's actually going Rapier if the quick buys of Secret are all panically itemizing for, okay, buy anything to buff this guy up. And Puppy's looking at a Lotus, so that's maybe an indicator of, oh shit, my carry's going Rapier.
The Midas into Lotus, by the way. I don't think... did we mention the Puppy Midas?
We did. It was...
Okay.
Although after this series, I'm going to message Puppy and be like, hey man, you're the guy that loves to farm and push waves. Why are you not going for the exposure facet? I feel like if there ever was a facet for Puppy to take, it's AoE, wave clear. Well, he took Bone Chill, but yeah, well, I'll see if I get his opinion on that after the series. Maybe after today, once the qualifiers are done.
You are playing against
two
strength
this.
scores, so...
They see copy. Ooh. Or they get the D ward. Yeah, no, I get why Bone Chill, of course, is very good at. During the ultimate, you refresh the Rhyme stacks with the Vortex. It reduces their HP, kind of constantly damaging them. But you just don't farm as quickly as AoE Cold Feet. The trade is just team fight nuisance versus, you know, punishing that one hero. I'm a big exposure fan. It's the only one I take actually in ranked games.
Wow.
Thank you. Alright, Parker's.
They both have their
He's on the way though.
Yeah, you've got to be reliable in getting all your spells off if you go for Bone Chill. Like, it's much harder to make it pay off, I'd say.
I think the key thing though is, like, people should explore exposure more now they don't see the percentage win rate of, like, the exposure is like 51.
Amplified damage,
like
Capy
52.
running in with a Lifestealer inside of him, trying to find
That's
Mixer
so close.
here, but Mixer jukes in the right direction, moves away, and they won't be finding anybody.
Why do I have this feeling that it's gonna work? Why do I have this feeling that it's Rapier for some reason?
Because it's Parker.
Yeah.
Like, the moment you put him in a boring game, you should get really, really scared. Like, I think Parker in a boring game is, like, C tier. Parker in a crazy back-and-forth game, and it doesn't matter if they're winning or losing. Like, as long as the game is interesting and Parker's having fun, then he goes to S tier.
Puppy looking for the snipe on Roshan. Will he get the kill on it, maybe? Oh, no. Would have been cool, though. I'm trying to see if the stream's at the point of seeing the Rapier on quick buy yet or not. I don't think they are. I'm just preparing myself. I need to know what the vote was.
Still a long way off, unfortunately. He's got to somehow farm up 2,000 gold before Capy Baras take their base, and with Supreme dying, they're basically rolling out the red carpet towards their barracks. We might not be seeing it, guys. I'm very sorry.
They do have 2 glyphs, so they can lose top racks, maybe preserve middle. I think at most they lose 1 racks. Yeah, they should be okay. We're gonna see the Rapier number, don't worry.
Alright.
Yeah, just to be clear, Capy Baras have played an exceptional game. From the lane, the way they transitioned to the fight, they kind of out-skirmished a lineup that looked like it was meant to dominate the early game. So Capy Baras, incredible stuff. But Parker has demanded the attention of our cast
he has
due to his.
He tends to do that. Middle tower.
All right.
Gonna for middle barracks. Gonna be the next port of call here. 1,200 gold on the Phantom Assassin. The banners come down as well. Luckily, Puppy's able to drag the creeps past. At least cause some issues there, but it's not really gonna stop him. Second fortification, no longer available. Already used.
Twitch chat does not believe him, by the way. It's all ones. There's like 2 dudes who type 2. Everyone thinks it's a...
I thought 1 was the if you think it's going to work.
Oh, it was. Oh, I misremembered. All right, everyone thinks he's buying Rapier, and yeah, good point. I misremembered my own number system. It always happens. I always forget.
You need to write it down.
I do. But yes, Twitch chat believes he's buying the Rapier. Congratulations. You are right. He is going for the Rapier, as you can obviously tell because time has progressed. Doing a vote, I think 5 minutes out of sync is not really the most efficient
it's
way
not
of
smooth,
communicating.
but it works.
It's not smooth at all, no.
All right, Rapier is on the courier.
Wait. No. He's not assembled it yet.
Okay, was it?
Normally...
The Demon Edge is on the courier. This isn't a
Parker
game where he's
Classic.
not going to assemble it. He's going to pull it out.
You never know. Okay, there it is.
Rapier purchased. This is it. Secret's final stand in Game 2. When will the opportunity present itself? Mixer needs to get off a few corrosive hazes here. It'll start to look possible.
They broke the tree. If they click on his inventory, they know he's got the Rapier. But no one's warning. No one's like pinging frantically.
There is like a rainbow of colors being drawn on the map.
Everyone wants to wrap around on Secret. They need to get the high ground advantage. They need the vision. If they can get a jump on the Ember, he will get deleted, right? Tag team plus Slaughter plus PA. These 3 heroes together in combination, any hero can die, but they cannot go on the life stealer. He has Aegis for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But look at this wraparound. It's so deep. Parker, he's commanding the troops. He knows what he wants.
He's going a little ahead of the team here. They're running to sprinting to try and catch up. Now they see Lelis. Lelis, it's not a bad target. They're just going to try and blow him up immediately, but he gets off the ultimate in time. Another golem coming down. He can be out from Parker. He's trying to get off the damage, but I just don't think it's going to work. Jumping across to Lelis, but he is dead. GG insta-called when he dies there. An attempt was made to stop them losing this game, but ultimately Capy Baras just too far ahead. They go on a target who just has a button which stops you dying, essentially, which isn't ideal. Golem comes down, Fly was at the ready, Capy Baras, they'll take game number 2 and draw us to a very exciting game number.
This hero mid is to be, the center of our attention for the first 15 minutes, and we'll see if Supreme can execute on it. A lot of pressure on him. He has to create this tempo. If not, no, sure. The scaling of Capy Baras is very scary. I'm excited to see mid-Cottle. I feel like a good mid-Cottle player, when they're picking it, they've identified that they can really just take it over. So let's see if Supreme has it in him to bring life to the early game for Secret.
The 2 SA players communicating with each other. Who knows what they're saying?
As if Google Translate didn't exist. He did say NA pool.
Yes.
He's flaming the hero pool, potentially, of Parker. I don't think... I'm Google Lensing it.
Alright, do your investigations. Problem is, I use a lot of slang, so sometimes it could be kind of difficult. But anyway.
I will literally translate it, do not fear.
Yolicore,
Translate.
Mixer, and Parker all on a little expedition here. I'm pretty sure this trio can kill. That's what they've realized, so they're going to try and take advantage of that and see if they can catch somebody by themselves.
The battle begins.
Ping's coming out.
It didn't really make any sense. It said you have to put the doll, whatever that means.
Okay. Assumed it wouldn't.
Kiritich, though.
They're going hit. They're going to try and find Kiritich. Kiritich is absolutely fine.
Let's not talk about that power shot.
It's, it was a hard one.
Yes.
Could have been anywhere.
That's a good example, guys. If that was a ranked game, you don't tell the winner that he missed a power shot. Everyone knows he did. It's fine. Move on. Mistakes happen.
No, you ping the spell, cooldown, voice line, tip.
Your quick fire sword with mantles? Oh, no,
Yeah,
please,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
man. Don't do it, man.
I think
Leave
you should
alone.
buy mantle.
God, I hate that so much. We'll see if Yolicore can find any of the snipes on the Morphling though in laning phase. Hero naturally goes to low HP. Maybe even getting a ward behind tower later on in the laning phase would be pretty good to snipe those.
Yeah, thankfully,
HP, but...
unlike Axe, the kill threshold on power shot is based on percentage health, so it's Ooh, Kiritich, gotta be careful. Jesus. This is a little scary how he just barely even moved when the power shot started cranking up. He was just like, meh. I'll be fine.
So, yeah.
I feel like some raindrops would be extremely valuable for Kiritich.
Yes, they will at 3 minutes be instantly buying them probably.
Ooh,
do
the
get level
burrow
2,
strike
yep.
actually being dodged out by the waveform from the Morphling, and with Fly with the right clicks, that'll be Fiola caught dead. What a start to this lane for the Capy Baras up on the top side.
Yeah, I think Secret have got such a large focus of we must kill the Morphling that they are not really respecting their own positioning, right? Level 2 timing coming up just a little earlier for Capy Baras to be able to threaten them there. Because the playstyle of Windrun, it changed immensely with this facet. It used to be you get Windrun level 1, you bully the support to the side, and then you kind of start entering the lane. But now with the power shot, you're just, from minute 0, go, 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 unleashing so much damage.
Infernal down to the bottom side, getting chopped up here by Parker and Puppy. Not sure he's got a way out of this one. He's running out of heals as well. Well, let's use it to tame the beast, but it doesn't matter. The beast will be killed. Yeah, get the boar as well. Why not? Parker's going to get rid of that annoying little guy. Make sure that his lane is unperturbed. So a kill in both safe lanes for both carries here so far. Great start on those lanes. It's mid lane. What's going on over here? So far, it's looking really, really good for Copy. He is 20 to 11 to the Coddle's 10 and 0.
Yeah, so the Kotal will take a little bit of time to get into the game, just because Illuminate level 1 doesn't auto-kill the wave. Melee heroes such as Monkey King can then play for denies, just manipulate the creep wave. Expect the Keeper Light to feel better once he starts. Probably getting to around level 5 is when he will truly take off. As Ringmaster does die bottom. It's just constant aggression from Puppy and Parker. You send trees at them, you throw daggers. If they ever overstep, you get sprouted and the PA connects. It's a very, very difficult lane if you don't have access to that hard camp, and it's near impossible to have that hard camp when Puppy just, you know what, I send the tree and I body block it. It's one of the values of the support profit. You always get to play on the camps that you want to.
Controls the creep waves really, really nicely. Mid lane just continuing to go really, really well for Copy. I'm very surprised that this Monkey King's been able to have this kind of start against a Coddle.
Again, like we said, it's time will shift the balance of the matchup. It's not even like the monkey will stop farming, right? Like Keeper Light pushes the wave. He never, kills the enemy hero, right? At 6 with a winner on a TP plus solo bind, monkey can die. So I think Copy needs to be careful that he doesn't get too zealous at the idea of, yeah, I'm CSing quite freely, because at any minute this can change. Winner on the dead top.
Yep. Kiritich.
Oh, he's actually diving.
Bring him down as
Copy on mid lane.
Yep, they're going deep here. Copy.
He has a branch though. Doesn't use it.
No, doesn't need to. Supreme's pretty chill. No points in Blinding Light is always going to be a little scary against the Monkey King, but just trying to keep his distance.
And it's farm. Now he hits level 5.
Yeah,
we're going to start seeing the...
a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Range creeps are no longer safe. Also been making some stacks in the jungle, so that'll help out for Supreme as well.
Radiant are scanning.
Entirely sure what Copy's trying to achieve by jumping to the trees there, just looking to threaten, I guess. But I mean, it does work. Gets him the deny on the battle creep.
Yeah,
Keeps his farm going through. And Copy's going to have an incredible game on this Monkey King.
Yeah. I'm interested to know what items he's going to go for, right? Like, when you play against a Kotal and he just shoves it into you, you do kind of get free access to, like, one item, right, before you have to play the game. Will he go Corrosion? Will he just think about Mage Slayer? Is there a build that he can concoct? But already, if we've seen Sanking and Beastmaster really hugging the side of the map. That's how much pressure is getting played. The Bane, the Morphling, incredible. It's an old school lane. That's why Fly's popping off. He's back in my day. This is the lane I used to play a lot. He knows exactly what to do on it, and Puppy with the Prophet, he's able to also push the Beastmaster out. Both offlaners of the teams are struggling immensely in this game.
Yep, they are. And both carriers doing very well as well. Kiritich, 2,800 net worth at this point, and Parker sitting at 3,200, so fully on top of the board on Parker. Going to be a completely different game compared to last game. Last game his lane didn't go completely horribly. It was more the rotations which looked a little awkward. Is Kiritich going to jump onto Theolikor up on the top side?
Supreme's first rotation, of course. Both mid laners going for the Wisdom Room. Supreme going for the Dire side. And then you have Copy looking to help out, but clearly been told that he's not required. And he's jumping back to mid lane. I think it's a good read for Infernal there. He was farming that side of the map. But he soon realized, wait a second, 7-minute timing. I probably shouldn't be here. They're naturally going to gank. So they do try and go on the Morphling, yep.
It's a tricky target to bring down. Still has a little bit of health left, so maybe looking for the turnaround here onto Mixer. A nice Tame the Beast from Lelis, forcing Mixer back. But it will not be doing enough damage to bring him down. Capy Baras will just keep farming on the Morph. Keep that money coming in.
Oh, Copy.
Dire's bottom tower is under
They do have a ward here, so they might have actually seen him jump from tree to tree, but it doesn't look like they're panicking or aware, so maybe not. And Puppy, look, the cheeky lad he is. He placed a ward where the Beastmaster was farming earlier in the engagement, or earlier at the Wisdom Room, sorry. They're going for Fly.
Yeah, Fly.
Solar Bind.
Not quite going to die. Supreme's actually in serious trouble here as the Wukong comes out with Lelis and Fly. They can take him down. Fly absolutely fine. Theolikor having to go on the run now, using that wind run to get himself away. He needs to power shot this wave down here to keep this tower alive.
Okay, this is not the entry of the game that you want, right? So you're the mid lane Kotal, he had obviously good levels. He goes bottom, doesn't get any kill on Beastmaster. Then he goes to the top rune, he dies. It's not the motions I was expecting from the mid lane. Capy Baras are going to be feeling really good. Yeah.
You expect this call to be pretty obnoxious, but yeah, just not really getting a whole lot done. And Theolikor directly under Copy right here, has no idea, but Lelis unfortunately missing with both impalements, so Theolikor's going to be absolutely fine. And Copy just has to jump himself down. Back to farming. Talking of which, Parker heading towards this Battle Fury at a very alarming rate, and Kiritich, he's going in for the Vladimir's and then into the Yasha, so not hitting that big acceleration item on the Morphling, but the Vlad's still going to help him out a lot.
It's pretty
Big
cool.
stacks
If
being taken by Infernal here.
I didn't know, but if Puppy hasn't chosen his neutral item, so if when you click on the Treant, it looks like the Treant has an option for a neutral item. Imagine if that was actually a bug and he could just temporarily be like, my trusty shovel on my greater Treant.
Dig for me, Treant. Finishing off these
Parker.
Yeah, this is getting a little awkward actually, as Lelis is here as well. Tame the Beast available, but they don't even need it. The right clicks will be enough. Lelis gets the kill. Parker goes down on the bottom side. Got a little bit too carried away trying to take that tower, trying to farm deep down that lane and getting punished for it.
I feel like Copy's making the moves that Supreme wishes he could. Like, Copy made that cleaner move to the Wisdom, then chills, he's not needed, then he gets the kill on the enemy mid lane. He wishes he could do that. Then he kills the enemy off lane. It's like everything I expected Supreme to do, Copy's just doing it quicker, faster and better. So it is going to be rough, that discrepancy from the mid lane at the moment. Maybe things are simplified when the Sankin gets the Blink Dagger. 1,000 gold away for him. Supreme actually not solo smoked, but smoked up with the supports, but he ran to top lane. If this move doesn't connect, it really is going to hurt his game. He does have one vessel charge.
This is a really awkward kill to go and get as well. Supreme's going to have to go so deep for this one.
And Kiritich, he kind of reads it, right? He's farming defensively. Sure, he's walking back the high ground, but okay, Supreme pings him out.
And now it gets a little awkward. They will see him here. All right, Kiritich getting jumped upon. The shackle lands as well, but they don't really have the stun available from Mixer just yet. Finally connects, and they will bring him down. Puppy's in the neighborhood as well.
Stunned.
In the back lines as well. They're actually struggling to really make this Wukong's command, so Copy's going to have to back himself with a Solar Bind. Too much, too scary. Fly cut down as Parker comes in as well. 5-hero rotation up to the top lane from Secret, and it results in 2 kills and a tower. The first big win for Secret here.
I mean, that was critical, especially because the amount of time it took for Supreme to connect on that aggression. Other players easily might have backed down, but to hit the vessel, to continue diving, even when the morphing goes to the waveform, they don't back away and go, you know what, we messed up. They commit, they need to get that kill. And yes, they do that. Even getting Fly on the way out. I think it helps that Parker joined the fight. I think Parker's presence did put a little bit of, you know what, let's not try and, clutch up this fight. Let's just disengage. Supreme's going to be happy finally getting, even though he didn't get the kill, just getting his name on the kill sheet, the participation. It's going to feel nice. And Sanking will have the Blink Dagger.
That's going to make things significantly easier, even for Supreme, who's been struggling to kind of connect onto heroes.
It's go time, yep.
Just that blink, that stun, allow for the Illuminate to hit every single time. Yeah, so it's going to improve Supreme's game a lot. And Supreme just tearing through the jungle now as well, picking up all of these stacks which have been made for him. Although, they're making a move onto the Sand King, but Supreme is behind him. This might not be the best idea. Fly seemingly realizing that and just getting himself back. Travels are going to be the next item for the Coddle. Very close to them as well. One more creep camp and he should be there. Which is going to mean a lot more map presence and a lot more ability for Sand King to go and start off plays by himself, knowing that the Coddle can come in and help him with relative ease. So going to start to feel pretty scary for Capy Baras to really start playing this map soon. And Copy's game got slowed down a lot as well. That fight up in the top lane, he tried to connect, didn't really work. Then he goes in for the Diffusal, which he's just been trying to get for ages. So, not the fastest Monkey King game in the world, but here we go. Finding onto Fly here. Our shot does miss, but doesn't matter. He'll be dead regardless. Puppy gonna grab that kill. Mixer already looking for more. Or if he had himself a Blink Dagger, then he'd have been able to mess with Lelis pretty hard there.
Puppy's TPing in.
Yeah, Puppy comes in. He's got a Yule Scepter on Puppy, by the way, so that's going to cause big issues for Lelis here. Power shot from Theolicor finishes the job.
Now Supreme is diving the tier 3 potentially. Do they have any stuns? They do.
Yes, they do. Down goes Infernal. Another kill going the way of Secret. Copy is here. He's going to get blasted.
Copy,
for
what?
Though.
No.
Supreme sees him. Copy, no. Oh, that is not the play, my friend. He will be dropping as well. And this just got violently out of hand for Capy Baras.
Yep. We were talking about how in the first 8 minutes it felt like Copy was making the right moves and Supreme was struggling. Fast forward 5, it's now fully inverted. Supreme taking back control of the game. Of course, the Secret kind of amplifying him a little bit with backing him up. I love the fact that Puppy went for this just straight Yules build. He's just TPing in, he's setting up the fight, and even if he goes down, the Kotl or the Sand King or the P is going to jump on top. It really is just a very oppressive build, and Tormentor is available. You throw a shard on the Prophet, and whew, these fights are going to get even harder for Capy Baras to play. To slow the vision, the damage. Who's going to win the 50-50?
Who's it going to be? Theolical takes it.
To be fair, Gale Force also very good. The shards on both supports are exceptionally good.
Yeah, definitely. And I've seen mixed opinions on Curse the Old Growth. Everybody thinks it's good, but there's some people who are like, it's the best shard in the game. I think that's a push. They're very good, though.
I'd say it's top of A tier. Depending on how you use it, it could be S tier. I saw Saxa play with it earlier in the qualifiers, and he was TPing into the middle of tree spots, where Supreme was standing right now, to perfectly get the vision on 3 heroes who are underneath defensive places, right? I think it's got a bit of skill to it.
So, a lot of damage when you do it in the middle of the forest as well. It really, really hurts. So. Gotta be ready for that. Especially good this fight
getting
against
found.
Monkey King. Oh, nice Wheel of Wonder coming on down, catching onto the two of them. Kiritich trying to follow up here and just blowing up Mixer, or at least trying to. Fly's already dead though, and Mixer, he's going to survive as Kiritich realizing he needs to leave. He needs to get out. Looks like he's going to be successful in doing so though.
They saw the Monkey King for a second. Theodoric, he has power shot in a second. Maybe he's going to go for it. Oh, he jumped down. Another shot. The Yules.
No,
Woo!
he's gone.
Okay.
He's a goner once again. 2 bad deaths now for Capy in a row. His game is all but over at this point. Going to be a long struggle to get back to the prowess he was showing in the early game. The Secrets just have his number.
Poppy just grabbed him out of mid-spring. He's like, nope, get out of there. You're not jumping into the tree, my friend. You're getting Yulesed up. And 9,000 gold lead. And we did expect the fight and the pressure to be secret applied, but yeah, 9,000 gold at 17 minutes is
That's brutal.
some scary stuff to overcome. And of course, Kiritich, he's having a decent game, right? He's got about to complete the Manta on the Morphling, looking at the BKB after, but it does feel like one more item, just another one. Same thing for Infernal. His net worth looks good, but is he happy with Axe? Does he need the Blink Dagger? Now he needs a BKB. Will there be enough time for Capy Baras to get these critical items for the fight?
That's a good question.
And when will Parker
Don't
buy
know.
Rapier? Sorry.
Yes, also true. Went for the Manta this game, which I really like. It's a great item for PA. It just gives you a little bit of disengage, you know, a little bit of G potential, and also good damage. Good mobility. 2 things which PA quite likes having.
Did you mention Beastmaster Raw? Or...
I didn't.
It's very good against that. It cancels the cast, so they have to recast it, and it gets uncomfortable. Beastmasters, when they initiate, if they miss their initial cast of Raw, their fight does get a little weird. Puppy though, TPing in aggressively, hoping to find someone, set someone up.
Yeah, he's happy to be this frontline prophet in this game, especially with the Yules. If he does find himself in any difficulty, just Yules himself up, wait for his team to come in and help him out. Won't take them long.
Might find that if he presses his shard, he finds 2.
He bouncing away. He's gonna be okay.
Lelis. Puppy, just don't press your shard. You're gonna see him!
Ah! Oh, the Yules catches him. Bye-bye,
Yeah,
Lilith.
the vision from Supreme.
See you later, buddy. Parker picks up the kill. 5-1 and 4 now on this Phantom Assassin.
I'm a little surprised Puppy just didn't press shard. Like, we saw the stun from the tree line from Monkey. He could have just done it and used him. But anyway, moving on. Now we're in the bot side of the fight. Yep.
Fly,
Do the...
giving a little Fiend's Grip over towards Supreme before he dies, but Dai most certainly shall. Theological gets the kill. But holding them back did allow time for the Beastmaster to get away, so Infernal at least survives us at bottom.
Yeah. If he didn't Nightmare and Grip, then Puppy would have used and Beastmaster would have died. And Parker, he's by himself. Even the jungle hates him.
He's got Aegis, he's got Puppy. That's all you really need in life. And suddenly everybody just materializes around him, helps him out, and they're just going to be able to cut him down. Capy Baras really struggling to find a win in this 3rd game. The only source of hope is going to be Kiritich, who's running towards his BKB as quickly as possible. We know the kind of bullshit that Morphling is capable of, but it feels like a big ask this game.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
20 minutes in. Aegis on the Phantom Assassin still. 3 minutes left of that. Amplified damage been picked up as well. Oh dear. Someone's about to have a bad day.
Yeah. I mean, as long as Kiritich, like you said, just fully ignores his team for a bit, fully farms up, gets to BKB, MKB, Satanic, we might then have a pretty good game on our hands. But that's also with the logic of Secret never going high ground, which at the moment, they are knocking on the tier 3s of the bottom lane.
I just want to try and kill off Fly, and they're going to be able to do so before he can cast a single spell. Up to the high ground we go. Fortification is going to get used, which will kill off the catapult at least, but who needs a catapult when you've got an ironwood tree? This tower's going down quick. Capy Baras, hello, knock knock, anybody home?
Don't think they want to defend this. Like we said already, the beast needs farm, the morph needs farm. Copy also kind of wants a BKB.
Well,
Everything's just falling apart.
A lane of barracks, potentially two. There
Maybe
is a tier 2
two,
available
yeah.
on the top side. Monkey King desperately trying to cut the waves here, but there's already creeps flooding onto the high ground from the bottom side.
And Morph has BKB now, at least. Surely that's a window to go. They're TPing back, they're smoked up. Capy Baras, this is their fight. Kiritich, he shows on the wave. He reveals the BKB. There's not like a surprise to Secret now.
Yeah, pinged out as well.
Tower is under attack.
I feel the
Oh
call.
my. Is that a Satanic ready for PA? Yeah, he's 200 gold away from Satanic.
Wowzers.
He do be farmed.
He's getting through it. There you go. Satanic finished off on the way for Parker now.
He's going to jump back in for mid. We're just going to force them back once more. I mean, there technically isn't a TP on Morphling.
There's creeps on the
It's
high
not the
ground
craziest
already,
idea.
so...
Wait, Beast just doesn't have a TP.
Oh,
Oh,
that might be an issue.
that's quite a spot of bother.
Yes.
Bother, yeah.
Oh, tower's dead. Barracks being taken. Parker seriously just going for this by himself. I mean, they're such an awkward position. Capy Baras, they don't want to do this. They just want to force back the PA, but they're not allowed to. Kiritich trying to find a way back into the base. They've already lost the melee barracks. This is such a huge win for Secret, and they just did not have to expend anything for it. Absolutely ridiculous, and they're almost going to lose the range barracks as well. And don't forget, that guy doesn't heal, so...
Oh, you know Puppy's going to somehow send a tree there in the next, like, minute.
He'll find
He's
a way.
scheming. He's like, how do I kill this Ranger Axter?
Yes.
What an uncomfortable way to lose a Rax. They TP back for bottom. They leave their base. They run all the way to the enemy triangle. And Secret's like, guys, we weren't there. We're already in your triangle.
It's incredibly awkward. It's just been
Yeah.
an awkward game for Capy Baras.
Sometimes that happens though, right? Like, I think you can bait yourself based on the mid matchup, right? Like, Monkey doing well, you feel the Kotal not making any moves. In the back of your mind, like, you know what? We've overcome their big timing. But then it still comes anyways. It's like inevitable that they will find a chance to showcase their heroes. And they did it very, very well. And another thing that we often see with Secret is when Puppy gets his hand on the Prophet, he's kind of solo pushing a lot of the lanes, dealing with top, dealing with bottom. He allows his team to play together. This does make smoking quite hard for Capy Baras. You know that if you smoke, you're not just going to run into a windrunner or something. It's going to be the entire team. And if you kill Puppy, it's like, congrats, you've just killed a 5 who's already being obnoxious. It just doesn't feel good.
And he's probably going to yield
Space.
himself at some point during that as well. He's also got play it now, so even if you do bring him down, it's
Yeah.
just going to take ages and be awkward.
You also have the tough enchantment. It's he's very tanky. Taking the top tier 2 for free. It feels like Baras have not defended an objective. I'm not saying they should, but also maybe they want to try at some point.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Of course, if they do give up top racks for free, that would be quite baffling.
Yeah, it would a bit. Things getting a little awkward as we just kind of wait down the Roshan clock, really. And I'll look to try and end the game at that point, unless Capy Baras give them a better timing to do so.
Again, we are just waiting for the BKBs. 200 gold away from Monkey King. Beastmaster, around about 600 gold. Like, they are somewhat close. Lellas putting himself inside a box.
Quickly, strongman tonic, whoopee cushion. Ah, shame.
He
What do
has
you-
buyback.
Does anybody take the other souvenirs?
Whiteman tried one game. It did work out, but the classics are the favorite at the moment.
Yeah. What are the other ones you got? The unicycle.
The unicycle, yeah, and then the X-ray. I can't remember the other one.
What's the X-ray do?
It shows like wards and stuff on the map.
Wow.
You basically place it. It's yeah,
And the weighted part.
kind of like a yeah. Ah yes, yeah. Isn't it like a root or a stun or something? Like pushes people back. I think it does that. Let me
I
check.
just want to see the unicycle.
Knocks them back, slows them, reduces vision. Okay, so it just pushes them. Sure. No, the unicycle's pretty cool.
Maybe you just make the unicycle in both sets, and then you can just choose from the other two. That's all I'd care about.
So what we're saying is let's delete Escape Act.
Yeah,
then put
just give him
unicycle instead.
as a spell. You're right.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, it'd be so funny if it was like a charger's ability, and then you could just get like you and 3 of your teammates just on unicycles running into battle together. Who doesn't want that?
Okay, what? All right, I think I'd actually, if they deleted Impalement Arts and put unicycle, I'd be fine. I think keeping the save aspect of the hero is good, but this random dagger spam, it's like.
Yeah, it's like a ridiculously long range. It's just a weird spell. It's smelly. I'm not a fan. It's also like scales ridiculously well because it's max health for damage. So yeah, I'm not a fan of Impalement Arts. That spell can be replaced by unicycle for sure.
Parker. Under cover of smoke, looking at the high ground. This will be the mega creeps if they do take it. Capy Baras, they have to defend. The triple BKB is now complete. Morphling, Monkey, Beastmaster. They farmed their way through this aggression. They're down 70,000 gold.
They don't even need
They have
to do
to win
anything.
the fight.
Like Parker's barely even contributing to this. This is just his illusions and the treants, and Parker's
Wrapping around though, they're jumping in.
It's a big ulti coming out from Capy. He managed to get just about every set inside the Wukong's command, but the damage follow-up is
Double force.
really, really weak. Where is the roar from Infernal? I think it was onto
He was on the Cottle.
Okay, well,
Yep.
he's still fine, and Capy's not. He's slowly dying on the Monkey King, trying to keep himself alive. Escape art is there, but it's not going to work. But Kiritich dead on the sidelines. Monkey King also going to be killed off by Fiola Core, pretty much, as Parker rips through Lelis, and that will be game. The Mega Creeps are going to go down, and GG is called. Capy Baras are gone, despite an early win in this tournament to get through to the upper brackets. They are not able to put out the bag. Team Secret will be going through to the lower bracket finals. Very exciting for this team, which has been struggling recently, but they seem to be finding their form.
Yeah, I think Secret are showing us the drafts that work for them, right? Like we got the gyrocopter strategy.